Hello, yes. Now, I'm a big fan of elephants, which is possibly the weirdest way to start a video ever. But let me explain. I'm a big fan of elephants, but I'm not a big fan when they're actually in the room with you. So let's get the elephant out of the room straight away and say, yes, I look like utter shit today, don't I? Thanks very much for noticing. Remembrance Sunday yesterday, obviously did the remembrance thing, went to the pub and stayed there for far longer than I should have done. So not feeling great today, looking a bit like shit, and that's an elephant well and truly executed in a, obviously in an animal-friendly kind of way. So I wanted today to talk about something a bit more positive because, yes, if you have a little scroll through my videos, you'll see that most of them are me ranting about stuff. In fact, I think they're all on a playlist called Phil Rants About Things, so a bit self-explanatory that, really. And I had every intention of talking about something positive or something fun or doing, I don't know, something YouTubery, but unfortunately, something plopped through my letterbox this morning which put pay to this brief dabble into the unknown world of positivity. And that was this thing here, which I've got upside down. This thing here, that's much more like it. Look at that. It's COVID-19 alert. And it's specific to my county. And apparently, according to this, cases are really high at the moment in our county. And it's asking us to take 3 precautions. Yes, there's 3 precautions listed on this leaflet, which I would like to address before explaining quite why I took such objection to this particular piece of fine literature. Now, let's discuss the points at hand first. Cases high, please take the following precautions. Point 1, get fully vaccinated and have your booster when it's due. Seems like reasonable, sensible advice, doesn't it? I mean, I've had my jabs, and maybe I'll have a booster at some point in the future. Who knows? I don't know. And I have no objection to people getting vaccinated, but I also have absolutely no objection to people who choose not to get vaccinated. It is a personal choice after all, and there could be, as I have discussed previously, a myriad of reasons, and yes, I did just want to use the word myriad, a myriad of reasons why you might choose not to get the jab. And that's fine with me. Like, it's fine with me if you've had the jab, it's fine with me if you haven't, it's fine with me if you get the booster, whatever, I don't care, right? But we are over 18 months, not a million miles off, 2 years into this bullshit, okay? With so many points up for discussion along the way. But the key factor is we are 2 years into this. The vaccine's been around for what? Most of a year? I don't know, can't remember exactly, doesn't matter. I think it's fairly safe to say that the British public, like the public anywhere in the world, will have probably, by now, made up their own minds as to whether or not they're going to have the initial jab, or indeed, in this case, the booster jab. If we've decided we're going to have it, we've probably had it. If people have an objection to having it, then this piece of paper isn't exactly going to change what is probably a reasonably long-standing and long-formulated opinion about the booster or about the original jab, sorry. Okay, so that's pretty much a moot point at this stage because, like I say, everyone's pretty much got made their own mind up about vaccination. Second point, and I think probably my favourite on this leaflet, and probably the only one actually I think really needs to be said: wash your hands regularly with soap and water. If someone had told me 2 years ago that the government would be sending out leaflets to every household in a county to remind them to wash their hands, then I'm not quite sure how I would have reacted. I would have assumed that this person wasn't necessarily the full ticket. But no, here we are. November 2021, and the government is sending me a leaflet through the post telling me to wash my hands with soap and water. I can't remember exactly how old I was when I was originally taught to wash my hands. I think it probably predates most of my earliest memories, because let's face it, washing your hands is common bloody sense. But no, the government feel the need to send out millions of leaflets to households and to individuals to tell them to wash their hands. It doesn't actually say specifically when, it just says regularly. I don't know whether that means you have to set an alarm every hour in the night, wake yourself up, go to the bathroom and wash your hands. Who knows? But no, it's absolutely critical that we get these leaflets because that is absolute salient advice. We need that in our lives because, well, let's face it, if you don't know to wash your hands, this ain't going to help, is it? You're probably beyond help, to be completely honest with you. If you get to my age or something approaching my age or something approaching going to school and you don't know to wash your hands, this probably a bit lost on you, to be honest. You might not even be able to actually read it. No disrespect to any dyslexics or anything out there, sorry about that. Final point, right, and to be fair, based on the the quality and the calibre of the first 2 points, I think this one really has to be a strong argument, a strong point, something that really needs hammering home in order to salvage this particular piece of literature from my recycling bin. So here it is, third point. Always wear a face covering in crowded areas. Now I'll refer you back to point 1. We have been living with this shit and all the rules and regulations and restrictions and lockdowns and mandates and blah blah bloody bollocks, right? For best part of 2 years in some form or another. Do you not think that by now people may have made up their own minds about masks? People may have decided whether or not they think they want to wear a mask when they go out into public. Now, I made a little rant a while ago about people who wear masks out in wide open spaces on their own or in their own cars and stuff like that. Okay, I don't know whether it ever saw the light of day. I can't remember if I ever put it on the channel. Okay, but I think that probably tells you everything you need to know. People have, at this stage, made up their own minds as to when, where, and how frequently they're going to wear a face mask. Okay, now I will be honest and say I wear my face mask as little as is humanly possible. I may don it on public transport or other places where it's actually mandated, maybe not officially but by the company, or in the presence of a large group of maybe vulnerable people, where I think that it will provide them with some sort of peace of mind that I am helping to prevent the spread of any virus. Fuck the COVID thing, right? But generally, I'll wear it as little as possible. But there are people who want to wear it in supermarkets. They want to wear it in the shops. They want to wear it on the bus. They want to wear it, you know, in the middle of a 20-acre field on their own for some inexplicable reason, right? And that's your prerogative, you know. We're despite shit like this, we are still individuals free to make our own decisions and decide what we believe is best for ourselves. So I think that again is a hugely moot point. People have made up their minds on this shit. So really, what this leaflet boils down to, if you take out what are already going to be established precedents and established opinions and established routines with individuals, what this boils down to, wash your fucking hands. Just wash your fucking hands. And do I need a leaflet paid for by the taxpayer? And this is the biggest issue I have with this. This is printed by the government. Well, it's not printed by the government, but the government pay for this to be printed, and they pay the Royal Mail to deliver this, and leaflets like it, I'm sure, depending on where you live, you know, that's obviously where I live, you know, there you go, just outing myself a bit there, okay. No, I bet you all thought I was from Essex, didn't you? You know, paying to have millions of these delivered across the country, using taxpayer money to tell us shit we already knew, stuff we've already decided on, and something that a 3-year-old should understand. So, this is nothing more than propaganda. It's scaremongering. It's using our money to put us into fear and to help them to make us conform, to make us comply. Now, I'm not saying that there's some big conspiracy. I'm not saying that the vaccines are trackers and Bill Gates and all that other conspiracy stuff, right? I don't know. Look, I'm not getting involved in that. But for whatever reason, they are insisting that we comply with their rules, and this is nothing other than scaremongering propaganda that we are paying for. It makes me sick. Stay safe and sane, guys. Take it easy, and hopefully, I'll have something positive to talk to you about soon. All the best.